This is the California story, the story of newcomers who refused to accept a lesser fate. Hard work gave these newcomers' lives their purpose. They gladly sacrificed themselves, and they were lifted up by the sacrifice of others. They were able to progress, to care for those they loved, and even to care for strangers. Generation after generation, their faith in better days have lifted our state towards even greater prosperity.
We all imagined the possibilities.
I was born in Omaha, and when I was young we moved around to a lot of different places, Miami, Milwaukee, Chicago, because my father was a traveling salesman and he was always trying to get a better job. My mother was a homemaker and took care of my brother and I. When I was 5 years old, my father got a job opportunity in Stockton, California, and he thought there'd be a great place to raise his family, and so off we piled into the car and drove across Interstate 80 to California.
I was born in Cajamarca, Peru, and my dad, he was a farm worker, and he went to plantation by plantation, and after he decided to move to Lima to make a better life for family. After my divorce, I went to the school for a while, and I get a job. It's not stable to make something better for my son. And after that, I make my decision to come to San Jose, and I decide to leave my son with my family.
My parents came from Bade, and they came to, they were called to San Jose by relatives, and they were truck farmers. Dad went to World War I, and he was gassed and left for dead, and he was revived and came home to America. He met my mother after he came back, and they got married, and then I was born. They worked very hard together. They were a wonderful working couple.
They worked hard and sacrificed so much.
I call my son almost every day. I spend all my money on phone calls, but that was good for me, because when I hear my son's voice, it motivate myself to get better job or opportunities.
I worked at Safeway when I was going to high school, and I came. Which was a wonderful job, because I got to be the boy. During the war, I got to be the boy that, you know, went stacked cans and did all kinds of boys' work. And then this young man came in his uniform, and I saw him, and I said, oh, I'm going to marry him, and I sure did. My
parents were my role models. They always sacrificed so much for me. My mom used to give me quarters so I could go across the street to play video games at the local arcade, and my father traveled a lot for his job all around the country, but when he came home we would play sports, and he would take me to baseball games. He was a professional baseball player for a while, and he also used to read the newspaper to me every morning when I was a kid, and as a result today I'm a writer.
Life has been better here. It will be better still.
The GE plant came to San Jose, brought a lot of people here without their families, and so the people at our church accommodated them by being their relatives, kind of. So when they have babies, we would take care of them, we would feed them, we would see to it like a mother would, and we just, you know, made them as part of our family.
My parents did so much for me, and now they take such great pride in what I do. I remember when we first piled into that car to go across the country, and I thought we were just going on vacation to California. I never knew the kind of sacrifice that my parents were making for me and my brother. My father takes so much pride in what I do, and he's calling me all the time with different bits of news that he thinks will help in my job. And I've been able to get back to my mom and taking her down to Solvang so she could learn about her Danish history. In the end, I'm so grateful for all the sacrifices my parents made.
Well, finally I find a job what I have now. Really I like it. It was exciting for me. I bring my son 5 years ago, He's excited also. He's started working on sales, and now he have a good job. I think he's happy and he's studying. This makes me happy, and I think I'm almost complete my life now.
These have been our stories.
The story of California.
The story of possibilities.